Yo, Eric, what are you doing?
What's up, Alex? So we are going to be doing a little quick vlog. Alex has asked me to show some of the harder points of business ownership and business, I guess. Some of the hardships. This is part of owning a business, so to me it's whatever, but a lot of people don't know what goes on the day-to-day and that type of stuff. So ultimately on Tuesday we were cutting a sheet of plastic for Jackie Ding. Shout out to Jackie Ding. The spindle, which is what drives the tools and the tool holders, which is this guy right here. So that guy is starting to take a crap after, what is this, 26 years of use. It was built in 1998. The spindle was. The machine is actually from like the 70s. So this is the second spindle in this machine at least. The spindle has a bearing surface, or a collet, which holds on to this surface. We have a pull stud, which are 4 balls that then grab onto this pull stud right here. And the drawbar actually pulls up on this and makes sure that the tool holder stays inside the spindle. So those fingers that hold those balls close to the pull stud are starting to lose some of their strength over the 26 years. So this, while we were actually cutting, started to loosen at 15,000 RPM, these balls. This came slowly down out of the spindle and made this groove into our spoil board you see here. Ruined a $400 sheet of plastic, so now I'm ordering another plastic sheet for Jackie. And then I spent all day Wednesday sourcing a spindle for a 40-year-old machine. So this is the tool holder that was in the spindle when the spindle was failing. So this is the pull stud, that's where it pulls up on, and you can see that it got really hot, and then it was losing that grip. Like there's the balls, they were kind of like rattling around and pulling up on it. I'm opening up the new spindle so I can see what we got.
Is it gonna work?
I have no idea. So I don't know what I'm doing. So what matters is this spindle face to the, well, not to the table. Technically it probably just matters to this, but that's basically so that it is in relation to the table so that we keep our origin the same. So I'm gonna go measure something so that hopefully when I mount this new one, this spindle surface, which is what matters, right here, is the same as this one, within at least a few millimeters, because then I can just change the origin on the machine. We're gonna go try and figure some shit out.
Oh.
Let's do some shit. Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah. No, that's as far down as it can go. I have gotten the machine over a block of aluminum. I was actually going to put it directly on the table, but the machine over travels in Z in that way. So what I'm doing here is with a piece of aluminum, which is fairly flat, not perfectly flat, but fairly flat. I have gotten the spindle to just barely rub on it within, it's basically half a thou, according to the machine here, which I don't know how accurate the actual machine is, being that it's 30 years old, but it does do 10,000ths movement. So I'm within a few 10,000ths as far as that goes. The spindle is just barely resting on it, and that allows me to then hopefully put this one so that the spindle face, which is what ultimately matters, the spindle face in relation to the Z-axis is carrier, whatever you want to call it, spindle carrier, Z-axis. We're going to basically put the spindle faces in the exact same location. So that's why I'm doing that without any measurements, because I think that's going to be more accurate than me trying to measure with some dial calipers or some calipers to the spindle face from somewhere on the Z-axis. See, I might have to just raise the frickin' thing, and then I'll just take down note of the Z absolute coordinate and.
See ya.
Oh. gonna topple over.
Oh, man.
All right. Cool. Oh yeah, so it's got 4 other bolts. That's why it didn't come off. Put this guy down. Oh my God. That's all that matters. Oh! Everybody gets to see me not using tools correctly. Perfect. Just... You freaking idiot.
Are you running back down there again?
No, Alex, I'm gonna stay here and teleport. What's up, Alex?
What's up, man?
All right, so we are back on Fix My Spindle, episode 8. Yesterday we dropped off or stopped off at basically these fittings. We'll run into as I try and put this up here. This is part of the mechanism for the dust collector. So as we throw this on there and this gets closer, these 90-degree fittings that came on it end up running into this, kind of like sits like this. As you bolt this guy on, we have this box that wasn't on the previous spindle. I don't know what it does. I don't really care. All I know is that it doesn't fit. So we are going to cut and modify this guy. The new spindle has this control box right here. So we had to remove like 80% of whatever you want to consider this bracket. This thing kind of doesn't move that much. It's crazily overbuilt. But anyways, I built this sheet metal bracket that I'm going to weld on to like just add a little bit more support. So before it went out to here, and I ended up cutting all that. I'm going to weld up these little lines, but we're basically going to weld this on really quickly. Well, hopefully quickly. To strengthen this guy, which basically holds the dust extractor to our spindle head. And again, because the spindle is not from this model, make, model year, and all that stuff, we're kind of having to retrofit this to make it all work together. Got this guy all welded up, and as you can see, I hope, ow, it's still hot. It's supposed to go on, and then it's gonna bolt on, just like that. Fire her up and hopefully cut some parts. Yes, that one started sick. All right, so it's been about 4 days since the router went down, since the previous spindle went bad. So now we're running some super high downforce splitters. We'll get back on Jackie Ding's parts as soon as we get material, since I ruined that sheet when the tool holder came out of the spindle. But yeah. All right, so we have finished the sheet of super high downforce front splitters. This now goes next door to get final deburring. Most of it is deburred on the machine. We do our best to do it all machine based, but there's a few stragglers here and there. You can see them. So we basically just fix that by hand. Some of it just pulls off, and then it's gonna get boxed up and head out to you guys. Thanks for following along as we fixed our router and showed you a little behind the scenes of small business ownership. Until next time, I'm out. Thanks.